Wagwan, Wagwan, Wagwan. Universe, what's up? Y'all know y'all rocking with Lex, the author of Aesthetics, the Aesthetics of Astrology, and the author of The Easy Complex, How to Finesse Your Reality. Both of these beautiful, amazing books are available on theeasycomplex.com right now. Make sure you pick up a copy of both of these beautiful books today. You know you like it. You like it and you love it, and these books look beautiful. And so does the piece that I'm wearing. I know y'all like, oh my God, this is a mystery. But it's not really a mystery because you can get this merch from theeasycomplex.com as well. Alright, so y'all, let's get into this presentation today. So, last time we spoke, we conversed about the big three. The sun, the moon, and the ascendant. And the ascendant is also the same as the rising sign, right? Now, your rising sign and your ascendant is the constellation that was rising on the eastern part of the sky when you was born. And look, y'all, don't worry right now if it sounds a little complicated. We're going to do a whole video on the moon and the ascendant at a later date. But for today, let's speak about the sun. So, in the last video, we mentioned that the sun dominates the daytime, right? Now, the sun deals with assertion of the ego. Aries, the first sign, deals with the ego, and the sun deals with the creative self-expression of the ego. And y'all want to make sure y'all pick up a copy of Aesthetics, not only because it's one of the most beautiful books you ever seen, but because we go into the deeper details of the fire signs. Because the fire of cardinal Aries is not the fire of fixed Leo. However, the sun is exalted in Aries. Now, this is important because when we get to the exaltations, you might be like, what is exaltations? And don't worry, we'll do a whole video on that later on as well. But when the sun goes into Aries, we get springtime. We get the spring season when the sun goes into Aries and everything becomes renewed. Everything gets reinvigorated and gets to experience the beautiful gift of life. But that's because in Aries, the sun is expressing itself to the highest level. And this is why we'll say that the sun is exalted in Aries. Now, in Aesthetics, these are some of the key words for the sun. The sun governs authority, life. So, look, without light, you don't have life. If the sun does not shine, nothing else does in our solar system. So, this is why in Aesthetics, the sun is the gravitational center of the solar system. And remember, the sun is also the planetary ruler of Leo. Now, let's continue. The sun governs creative self-expression, creative potential, vitality, and natural creative expression. This also shows that the sun is not as selfish as people try to make it out to be. The sun rules Leo, which is the 5th house. And shout out to the Leos, right? Look, y'all know I'm Pisces, right? Y'all know I'm as Pisces as possible, baby. But we got to give a big shout out to the Leos as well, because Leo deals with radiance. When we think of the sun generates its light, and everything else benefits from the sun expressing itself. This is why the sun deals with creative self-expression. When we think of the moon, the moon is receptive. The moon receives its light from the sun, right? And this is why we'll say that the sun governs nature. Well, we already went into that because the sun governs Aries. And when the sun is in Aries, nature renews itself. And this is why we say that the sun is exalted in Aries. But look, when the sun goes into Aries, all the flowers start blooming, right? You want to go get a flower and smell it and sniff it. Everything begins to become renewed with life. But once again, that life is coming from the light of the sun. All right? Now, the sun also, once again, deals with nature, because when the sun goes into Leo, which is a fixed fire sign, we get summer, right? And when the sun goes into Aquarius, which is a fixed air sign, we are in the middle of winter, right? So you see this dichotomy here with the sun governing the overall expression of nature as it travels around the zodiac. Now, let's read some more. And make sure y'all hit that like, comment, and share this video, because you like it and you know you feeling amazing right now. If you vibing out with me, you better be feeling amazing. If you vibing out with Pisces Jaddy, I need you to be feeling amazing. Yeah, let me continue reading this, alright? The sun is the ruler of Leo and is exalted in Aries. The sun is essentially the outward expression of the heavenly fire within. The sun rules Leo, is exalted in Aries, its detriment is in Aquarius, and its fall is in Libra. So look at this. When the sun goes into fixed fire of Leo, we get summertime. When the sun goes into the cardinal fire of Aries, we get spring. When the sun goes into the cardinal air sign of Libra, we get fall. When the sun goes into the fixed air of Aquarius, we are in the middle of the winter season, right? So y'all see how, based on the sun's revolution around the ecliptic and also around the earth, this governs the outward expression of nature. The moon goes around the whole zodiac every 28 days, and this is the basis of a month or a month, right? So the moon goes around all of the 12 constellations, right? But when the sun does it, we get a dramatic difference. And this is why we'll say that the sun also is theatrical. The sun enjoys putting on a show. And we see the dramatic changes in nature as the sun revolves around the earth. So this is why we say that the sun deals with dramatic, creative self-expression. This is also why Leo is certainly one of the most creative signs ever. And look, y'all know I'm a Pisces, right? I'm as Pisces as possible. But we got to give a big shout out to the Leos once again. And the sun deals with creative self-expression of the ego. Aries deals with the ego. The sun is the outward creative expression of it, right? So therefore, the sun being a generator, this is important because the sun is really not as selfish as people make it out to be, which means that Leos are not as selfish as people make them out to be. The sun is expressing itself, which means that it's shining its light. And from the sun shining its light for itself, it's able to be a source of light for all living beings in the solar system. And if the moon is receiving the light from the sun, this would mean that the sun is also lighting up the night sky to a degree. And look, when we get into the moon in the later video, we're gonna go into that. But I want to focus on the sun once again, because the sun in astrostatics I'm reading out right now, the sun is the gravitational center of the solar system. So when you think of them solar panels, right? Solar panels, the solar panels are receiving the light from the sun to generate electricity for you. So when people say Leos are selfish, and I don't think so. Leos can be some of the most charitable, generous, giving people ever, because that's what the sun does. That's why the sun is the planetary ruler of Leo, because the sun is going to creatively express itself for everyone. Alright? So make sure y'all pick up astrostatics. Alright? And y'all know that we go into so much more detail in this beautiful book that you will love. Alright? So pick up a copy of Astrostatics right now. Available on theeasycomplex.com.